Hello, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Last time we left off, I was about to enter a dungeon, which I don't really exactly know what's going on. It's like someplace a goblin wants to set up a shop or something, so we gotta clear out all the monsters. I don't really know. I'm sure the game will remind us. In fact, I'll probably read the little quest blurb. Between last time I streamed and now, I did a little bit off-stream for fishing. I did a bunch of fishing. I finished up the... As far as the Fisher class quest goes, in Realm Reborn. So I'm pretty sure to get any more Fisher class quests, I'm going to have to finish up the main story. Which, once again, I mean, I keep ragging on it, but once again, they're telling me, nope, you can't do fishing as your main thing. You got that's a side. Brayflox's Longstop. After a tiring journey across Eorzea, it is deep within the quiet jungles of Raincatcher Gully, where the charismatic and enterprising young goblin Brayflox All Talks, yep, chooses to build her tiny empire. What she does not realize, however, is that something else, something sinister, has also made the lush forest its home. Now driven from their rightful claim, Brayflox and her brethren seek to retake the land and are not above asking the help of lesser races, that would be you, to help them do so. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. That's the pitch. Why are we doing it? Don't ask. It doesn't make any sense. It's a side quest that is part of the main quest. Business as usual, as you might say. Part of me really does want to show off some fishing, and like, I've mentioned before how I do want to do more fishing, just like casual fishing, talking to chat streams, and I might have to do a little bit of waiting around anyway, so it seems like, oh, come on, what are you fighting me for? But, yeah. Don't really intend to check at the moment, so. Ooh, that's new. Copperfish. The copperfish's dull orange scales, a hue rare in the freshwater wavekin, make the species popular amongst Alden nobles, who apparently prefer even their fish to be the color of their coin. Cool. So Fisher, let's talk about this a bit, right? I just really enjoyed the Fisher quest a lot. I felt very connected to all the characters. It's very directed, right? The main plot meanders. It's a bunch of side quests. They don't really have anything to do with each other. They're a disparate array of different gameplay cycles, right? Lots of different weird stuff, and it doesn't feel very cohesive. So playing the Fisher main quest, or the Fisher class quest, is very cohesive. It's about one thing. It's about being a fisher. Like, that's it, right? And you don't involve that many characters. There's, like, very few NPCs, but I like all of them, right? They're all very interesting and well-developed and everything. So it's this really interesting contrast between the two and looking at them. Is the gameplay that interesting? No, it's not that interesting. It's efficient. It's cool. I like it, but it's this, you know. But I will say, after I finished up to the end of a Realm Reborn Fisher class quest, the last level 50 Fisher class quest, I found that it unlocked a side quest. So I guess you don't need to do it to actually complete, like, to progress in the class quest, which is cool. But there is more still, which is cool. And I looked into it, and I need to get a fish, which can only be caught in the right spot. That's usually that's normal, at the right time of day, when there's the right type of weather. So I found like an online calculator that's like, oh yeah, punch in the time and weather and location, and we will spit out what real world time that will happen next in. So I keep like popping into the game for like half an hour to like try to fish that one spot, and then if it works, great, and if it doesn't, then it's like, okay, cool, I'll just pop offline again and do it again. Like, it's almost like I've heard people talk about raids where they're like, oh yeah, I joined the game for like, you know, at like 10 o'clock because that's when the raid starts, and then I do the raid and then I log out, and then I do that again in the next, you know, 4 hours or whatever, right? The next day. So I've been doing that for the Fisher, basically. Now, to be fair, the Fishers do have the ocean fishing, which is style like raids, right? It's every 2 hours in real time. You can go out in one. Similar concept. But, yeah, I'm like, oh, yep, there's the thing. It's available. Let's see what's going on. And I'm really enjoying sort of treating this game much more casually. Like, playing it on stream, I'm structuring it. I'm very intentionally structuring it. But when I'm trying to also make time to just treat this like a time fill. Like, not take it too seriously, go in, fight some monsters, do a side quest, do some fishing. And if that is only 15 minutes and then I log out, that's okay, right? I feel like it's really common, especially with RPGs, to treat them like, oh yeah, you're not going to even bother picking up the game until you, like, know you have, like, 2 hours to spare. And, yeah, I definitely fall into that trap. The trap of you don't ever have 2 hours to spare, so you never play it. And then when you do play it, you know, you spend 2 hours anyway, so, like, you definitely could have. Like, happens all the time. So it is interesting doing that. But, it's funny. Like, I'm enjoying the fishing so much more. I'm like, is this what I should be streaming? Why am I streaming the, like, main quest and then complaining about it being bad? It's like, no one's gonna want to watch something that's bad. Like, I guess that's not true. There's plenty of video game videos that are entirely about things being bad, but you know what I mean. It's just like, it's so weird. But I'm almost at the end of the Realm Reborn, I think, which is the maybe not. I think it goes up to level 50, and I'm at like level 40 quests. Which lamprey. A long, ugly freshwater eel found in nearly every river and lake in Eorzea. Its toothy grin is enough to frighten children across the realm. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, lampreys are terrifying. Yeah, that makes sense, Uncanny. Uncanny saying, if you enjoy the fishing, you should stream fishing. Show what you love. And, yeah, did you ever watch Fishing with Krendor? Fishing with Krendor is not about the fishing, right? It's a, you know, archived YouTube show. Like, I think it was originally streamed, but it's, you know, designed to be like videos that you sit down and watch. And it's Krendor, who is a streamer, which you may or may not know, gets like a guest on their show, and they go into World of Warcraft, and they sit and they fish, and they talk about stuff. It's basically a podcast, but it's called Fishing with Krendor, and it's framed in as let's talk while fishing in World of Warcraft. And this is not like, I don't know how much that's what I'm interested in doing, but it's interesting being like, there's precedent for this, like, yeah, what's happening is just kind of, who cares? It's about talking and hanging out, right? Like, legit, and this is no shade at you at all, okay, a lot of your stuff feels that way too, right? Where you're like, oh yeah, what's actually happening in Song of Seasons? Like, I mean, it's not called Song of Seasons. I'm never gonna get that right. It should be called Song of Seasons. They messed up, not me. But, you know, it's like, what's happening on screen isn't always the important part, right? It's not the, like, fact that you got some golden strawberries, which is very cool, but, like, you know, that's not necessarily the point. The point is you are a very charismatic streamer, and so people want to hang out in your chat, whatever's going on. It's sort of a vehicle, right? It's not the point. So, like, I wouldn't be against doing something like that, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying the sort of archival of, like, this is what a new player to Final Fantasy XIV feels like. Here's my experience joining the game and trying to play through the free-to-play, like, content. Which is cool, I think. I think that's cool. I don't know. I know that there's some games that people love watching noobs play. Like, I've heard people talk about how Dark Souls is this game that experienced players love watching new players and being like, I wonder what their experience will be like. Let's see how this like new player reacts to this like really hard thing that I've sunk hundreds of hours into, so I know it really, really well. What does that onboarding experience look like for someone else? And I kind of expected there to be more interest in that kind of a thing, like, hey, what does the onboarding experience look like for a new player? It's been so long, I don't remember, right? That kind of thing. And I mean, maybe there is stuff for that, right? Like, there's no way of knowing. Like, my success with it has nothing to do with if that is something that would work, because, you know, you're not seeing the stream anyway, so it's hard to know whether or not people would be interested in it if they can't find it, right? I get that feeling with Zelda games, especially Breath of the Wild. Yeah, totally. I definitely do want to play Breath of the Wild sometimes. It looks like definitely my kind of game, but like B has been showing me Wind Waker, and she was like, yeah, I want you to play this because I love this game and I want to see how you experience it, right? I have nostalgia for this. I want to see that reflected in a new player playing it, right? To experience that, the like, it is kind of like an echo chamber, right? It's the like, I want to, you know, have the choir say yes to the thing that I'm preaching at them. I want to hear that happen. Which, you know, fair enough, yeah. I get it. I mean, that's a very specific situation. I don't know why I'm fishing this river, honestly. I have no I'm just going to sell all of this copperfish for, like, 1 gil each. That's not really the point. So, I'm actually going to level up just from fishing here at this river, though. Because fishing is so, like, it's just really, really good at getting experience. I was thinking about this the other day when I was playing off stream, where I was like, okay, we talked a bit about how, like, the experience differential between, you know, fighting and fishing is really, really massive, but like, ignoring that whole, like, what the experience is worth, when you fish in this game, it's really easy to look at your fishing and go, what was the point of that? I can't do anything with this fish, right? But likewise, if you were fighting a monster, if I was like, I'm going to kill that Gigantode, right? If I was going to do that, what do I get for killing it? It dies, I get experience, and I get maybe a loot drop, which I can't do anything with because I don't know anything to do with Gigantode loot drops, right? So I'm probably just going to sell it for like 2 gil or something. That experience is almost exactly identical to fishing, except for the combat is more streamlined in that I literally push one button. I mean 2 or 3, depending on how fancy I want to get, but you know. Something else. I don't know what where I was going with that. And I don't get the satisfaction of, like, I killed a monster. Instead, you just get the loot drop, which is the fish itself, and some experience. But what is actually, like, different about that experience, right? Like, that's gameplay cycle. I find this much more interesting. I guess it's relaxing. It's not actually, like, high-intensity combat, but my experience with the Final Fantasy XIV combat has been that it's not high-intensity combat. And even if I can compare this to, like, my experience with, like, core Final Fantasy games, I don't think the combat is usually very high intensity, despite the, like, bump, 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 like, battle music, right? Like, it's not really. Historically, it's a turn-based game that you can spend as much time as you want thinking about, right? I'm sure they've changed that as the series has gone on, but it's not about, like, you know, it's not really an action game. It's kind of slow and methodical, and I remember years ago talking about Final Fantasy VIII and how people would say it's tedious, and I would go, yeah, but I kind of like that about it, which isn't exactly correct. It's that, yeah, there's maybe kind of this, like, slow, you could describe it as a grindy, cyclical, like gameplay loop, but it is a very consistent gameplay loop, and it doesn't ask that much of you, which makes it very relaxing. I have a lot of good memories playing Final Fantasy VIII with, like, the music turned down, turning the, like just putting on something on the stereo. Stereo systems. and just kind of like turning my brain off, and that was really nice. I don't know where I was going with this. I guess just that I'm enjoying this. If we equate this to combat, this is more enjoyable for me. Likewise, I've talked about how I can go punch something as a fisher, and I enjoy that combat more too. And it's not because it's richer or more deep, it's that it's less deep. It's like, it's weird to say not engaging with the gameplay is more interesting, but it's not more exciting and action-packed, it's just more relaxing. It provides a different... It provides a different experience. But I'm glad I reminded myself that yes, in fact, I would love to fight a giant toad as a fisher. I want to go around and kill all of the enemies that look like fishing targets as a fisher. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. Like, for me personally, it wouldn't be interesting to stream, I say, as I'm literally streaming it. I'm enjoying this. This is a fun talk. Maybe I'll make 2 different videos, actually. The, like, I do some fishing and talk about stuff. I'm into that. I just recently watched a mostly talking video, a mostly walking video where they didn't play the game, they just like hung out. And that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. It's just 3 people talking to each other, and it's like, you know what? Aw. North of Isle of Endless Summer. Perfect. Will this tell me what the biggest fish I caught was? Oh, I thought it would. Oh, that's a little disappointing. But this megalodon here, okay? I caught some megalodons, which was cool. And I was thinking about this, being like, if this was a monster that I had to fight, it would take a while, I'd have to punch it a few times, chip its health down, eventually I'd kill it, and there'd just be a giant shark carcass on the ground. Instead, oh yeah, I got a hook in its mouth, and then I pulled it out of the water, and I guess it dies instantly. Like, I don't... It would be really interesting if there actually was a mechanic where you're like, oh yeah, when you fish things, you fish an encounter, like Pokemon, right? Where you fish up a fish Pokemon, a water Pokemon, and then you still have to fight it, right? You don't just get them for free, I don't think. I have not played many core Pokemon games, so bear with me. But that would be kind of a cool mechanic, right? Where I actually do fish up this shark and I have to fight it. Because this shark is, like, huge. I really do think that it's in here somewhere, the actual record. Oh, records? Oh, oh, cool. Yeah, is this... Okay, I don't actually know. I don't know... Wow, what are fishing records? Are these, like, challenges that I didn't know that I had? Anyway, you can see here, Gugrusaurus is apparently something I've fished. I don't remember that. Maybe this is a challenge, not a thing I've done. I don't know. It's 527 ilms, which is inches, basically. I mean, I'm not great at my fast conversions, but that's pretty dang big. Like, and I think that's really interesting. How, like, yeah, you just fish it up. Yeah, there you go. Done. Sweet. What are you worried about? Still, it's interesting, literally, you know, hauling up something called a megalodon and going, yeah, I'll just pull that out of the water and it'll be done. Ooh, I'm gonna fish off this now. That's a new change of scenery. Oh, if I walk, I'll fall, won't I? I probably shouldn't do that. Ooh, this reminds me. I found something. I can sit down. Oh no, the clipping's bad. Oh no. Oh hey, you're back, Uncanny. I discovered that I can sit while fishing. I didn't realize it would clip through the ground like that. It's very funny. So is this part not considered... I wonder what's in this water. It's an undiscovered fishing hole. What? Huh. So this is technically a different... This is the falls, not the river. Interesting. But if that's the case, it should still be freshwater. This was, like, not the plan for the stream. I should, like, change the thing. Uh, what type of bait does this use? What's over that? I'm like legitimately curious now. I'm very, very interested. What are they called? Oh, that worked. Okay, I guess just only, right, I mean, certain baits are available in certain situations, so it's not too surprising. I just didn't expect it to have at least, like, nothing. A discus. I've got discus before. The Red Mantis Falls. Very cool. I gotta find a different spot to put my chair down, because I'm just into this new chair that I found. Found it that I have. Oh, I can't get up there? That's a shame. Let's turn snagging on in case it's important. I don't see any reason not to have snagging on. It's very weird. Anyway, since, you know, you're here, and I appreciate that, are you interested in more of this, or checking out the dungeon that I actually said I was going to do? Because I'm having a great time. This is excellent. Ooh, Hooked on Reeling is almost complete. Challenge log entry, Hooked on Reeling HQ is almost complete. Also, I learned, I got the Clown Loche. I wonder how that's pronounced. Clown Loche. Loche? Bright patterns similar to a clown's motley. I guess that's accurate. Cover this small freshwater fish from head to tail. It's a clownfish. Very good. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so, I know some stuff's going on in chat that's not super stream relevant, so I haven't really been catching up, but I'll peruse it in case I missed anything important. Ooh, hello. What did I just learn? I gained something. I got an achievement. Does it say anywhere that I got that? I guess not. It doesn't say in the log or anything. Oh, there it is. Challenge log entry. Hooked on Reeling complete. You gain 1,000 gil. Cool, I guess. Nice. I gain 171,000 experience points and attain level 59. Great, good. Fishing's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I don't know why it's so good. Like, it's not the most interesting fishing in any game, right? Like, if we talk about fishing systems in games, if we talk about, like, Stardew Valley, or in Story of Seasons, or in, I don't know, other games that exist, they're always much more intuitive. Like, not intuitive, engaging in this, right? But it's sort of like what I was saying before, about, like, I kind of like how relaxing this is. How it is just kind of like, hey, drop your line. Cool. Like, that's kind of it, and that's really nice. But it still is structured like it is this, you know, JRPG. It's structured like a game where they're like, yeah, you get experience points and abilities and level up, and like it's all of those, like, you know, feel-good chemical brain stuff that they've stuck in a fishing game. But of course it's not that. It's a fishing game that is stuck in that game. So, yeah, whatever. But I'm thinking about, like, in, like I think I was going to talk about Story of Seasons here, where the fishing in that, you level up, right? Like, you do get better. You get skills, you get experience, but it's not as, like, ooh, right? Like, there's not as much, like, for me, maybe it's just for me, right? But, like, it didn't seem nearly as engaging, that part of my brain. Like, not, like, subconsciously engaging is what I mean. Because it wasn't like, you get a bunch of experience, like, every time, right? Instead, you just kind of, like, eventually level up. To be fair, like Uncanny's saying in chat, right? No, you're right, I basically ignored it because he's playing Story of Seasons, but, like, there's a lot to do in that game, and there's also a lot to do in this game. Most people ignore the fishing. like, I'm the weird one here. So I don't know, maybe I would be, like, as engaged if I was playing Story of Seasons. Mitten Crab. The claws of this freshwater crustacean are covered in myriad tiny bristles, which provide the illusion that the crab is wearing mittens. Yes! It's a cousin to the furry old lobster. Very good. It'd be cooler if it told you how much experience you need to get out with each fish. In Story of Seasons, yeah, right? This, I'm getting that, like, feeling of experience with every cast. And interestingly, in a way that I'm not with the main game, right? When I kill a monster, you get a pittance. You get nothing. Now, to be fair, I'm probably not getting as much as I think I am here, but it's much faster, right? Like, I've caught more things in the last 10 minutes than I could possibly kill, right? And without actually exerting as much work, right? Like, killing stuff takes so long. I got myself a companion so it would kill things for me, and it still takes forever. Like, it's wild. I will say, I mean, we talked about this a little bit, but discovering that my chocobo can just destroy things is very satisfying to learn. So, do more of that. Ooh, new fisher? Ooh, let's mooch. Or if it showed you a list of all the fish and check off each one as you caught it, something that pushed you to do it more. That, yeah. What's interesting about the fishing in this game, as compared to something like that, which, I mean, it's not... Something like Story of Seasons could definitely have as rich a fishing because as a series, it's existed for an extremely long time. But the fishing in this has improved with each release. Even though I've only engaged with the A Realm Reborn walked class quest, the fishing as a whole is a much more streamlined experience, I've heard, because the entire thing has gotten better over the course of the expansions. Whereas, like, being an Arcanist hasn't really. Like, that hasn't been a focus on, like, no, they're making new classes, you know, they're making this, they're making that. There's cool abilities I can learn eventually as an Arcanist that I haven't learned yet. Whereas the core fishing experience has apparently gotten a lot better. Actually, it was a really recent patch that added the release list, which the release list is supposed to make it easier to be like, you know what, don't bother bunging up your inventory. We know you don't care about these fish. You're going to sell them for 1 gold, right? It's not a big deal. But this also tells me every fish that's in the area. This doesn't just tell me, hey, you can release them. It has 2 purposes. It really lets me be like, yeah, these are all the things I haven't caught. There's 4 extra fish here that I haven't seen. And I might never see them with what I have, right? I might have to be here at a different time of day. I might have to be here at different weather. I might have to be here with different bait. That's all true and stuff, and that's one of the things about the fishing that makes it. If you're trying to catch them all, you're gonna have to look it up. Like there's really now, but that doesn't mean you can't casually fish like I'm doing, right? I'm enjoying casually fishing, and maybe the weather will turn in the middle of my fishing, and I'll just get something, and I'll be like, whoa, look at this cool thing, right? It still allows for that like immersive, not immersive. What's the other thing? I can't think of the word. Yeah, so, no, player immersion is one thing, but then immersive gameplay. I'm thinking of immersive. It can still have an immersive experience where something that is really hard to intentionally do without looking it up can still happen to you, right? And still have the experience of like, whoa, I just got a fish, but I don't know why, right? Like, I remember someone describing, oh, like this, hello, what is this? I've never done this before. Time-worn maps. In the course of gathering, disciples of the land will occasionally discover items known as time-worn maps. Fishers can only obtain maps when using the snagging action. Good to know. I still have no idea why I wouldn't have snagging on all the time. So I just do, but great, cool. I wonder how you like chop a tree down and find a map inside, but whatever. I'm gonna ignore that. These tomes can be examined by using the general action decipher. I learned the decipher action. This was that quest that I went on, and I got to the end of it, and they were like, "You're too low level to turn in the quest." And I could have turned it in as a fisher, but I wanted that experience on my Arcanist, so I waited, and I have turned it in since, because I have leveled that up. I believe I did turn it in on stream, but maybe I didn't. I don't remember. It's hard to say. Cool, so I can decipher these now. If you wish to learn more about time-worn maps, it is recommended that you visit Wineport in eastern Lunasia. That's probably that's the start location for the decipher action, I believe. Very cool. I'm excited. What is this? This bottle is hiding what appears to be a time-worn goatskin map. Use the action Decipher to extract the map and examine its contents. Decipher. Decipher the time-worn goatskin map? Definitely. I cannot do it because I'm fishing. I have to get up before I can. Alright. Sure. Thanks, game. Alright. Decipher. Yes. Oh, I'm so deciphering that map. You remove the time-worn goatskin map from the bottle and decipher its mysteries. You obtain goatskin treasure map. The active help entry finding treasure has been added under the category of items. I am so into this. I'm just okay. So this isn't like that big of a deal. It's not like super innovative or anything. But I've talked about the idea of like what's the word? Just sort of bumbling your way into finding a quest. Right? Like, I just fished up a quest. Like, that's cool. Using a treasure map will bring up a window that reveals the rough whereabouts of a hidden cache. Oh, am I geocaching? Nice. It is then up to you to cross-reference the area map and pinpoint its precise location. Yeah, like, this isn't actually even a quest where it's like, go and fight this monster like every other quest is. It's like, no, just go to this place. Do the exploration thing, you know, the part of the game you enjoy. And I'm like, this is so cool. I'm super into this. Bring up a window that reveals the rough whereabouts of a hidden cache. It is then up to you to cross-reference the area map, pinpoint the place. I read that already. Upon arriving at the specified location, use the general action, dig, to locate and extract the treasure. Barring any navigational errors, a chest laden with bounty will appear. Be fairly warned, the chest may be rigged with a trap that lures ferocious creatures to you. You must defeat them if you are to walk away with life, limb, and loot. So that probably always happens, right? Probably there's nothing I can do about it. It probably is a quest to go kill a monster, but, you know, it's just sort of a boss at the end of the thing, as opposed to that being the point of the quest. That's really cool, and I'm very into this. And what I'm finding... 45 recommended. Cool. Time-worn goatskin map revealing the location of an unknown treasure. And I guess treasure maps have like a level associated with them so that you don't die. And interestingly, I probably will because my fighting class is like 37 or something. And I've been doing really well as a fisher because I'm over-leveled compared to that. But I think that's still actually pretty high. Like, I'm, what? Level 59 as a fisher? I bet I could do this as a fisher. But yeah, no, I'm super into this. And it brings the point of, I've talked a lot about, why can't I just be a fisher? And what I'm finding is, the answer might be you can be, but you're never going to progress to the main plot, right? Fair enough. Yes, I had to go through the main plot to be able to even try to be a fisher, right? I had to be at least level 10, I think, or something like that. And then, of course, even if you did become a fisher, you still need to actually go out and, like, get on an airship, which you don't have access to until you progress the main plot. But I've probably gotten far enough in the game that I can just ignore the rest of the game. But if I do, I'll never get to expansion content. And there's, like, a location that I've, like, read about that has a cool thing I can fish up that I just can't go. I'm not allowed to go to that location. So, you know, I'm encouraged to actually do the thing. I guess it's open here. Oh, look at this. Central Thanalan. Interesting. What's this one mean? What's the one? People? People. People? People. Why is there a person here? Anyway, Central Thanalan. It looks like it's this thing here. So it's there. You know, I was expecting some rotato. I was expecting it to be like, well, the person who drew this map was facing a different direction. Top isn't north, why would you assume that? But no, it's literally just right there. That's... Okay, cool. I am not near that, so... screw it. I'm gonna do this. This is, like, a cool thing that I'm... This is the thing with this game. It's, like, it makes me kind of not want to do anything off-stream, because everything I've done off-stream has been the stuff I've been most enjoying, and I'm like, I wish I could share that with people. This is a really cool experience. Alright, let's head over there, sure. It's not the dungeon I said I was gonna do, but whatever. I'm excited. I'm excited to dig up a chest and die to, like, some cockatrice or something. It'll be fun. Alright. Onward! Alright, where's the exit to this camp? Oh, this is this location. Right, we're in Thanalan. Sorry, for some reason I thought we were still in Lanasia. No, we're in Thanalan. This is a cool, like, railway system, I guess. Oh, it's for, like, minecarts. That makes sense. Yeah. Alright, am I in the right spot? I think so. Yes. The question, am I in the precise location, I guess is the real question. Let's get off my horse first and foremost. And then... It's so dark. Is it darker on the stream than on my screen? I keep feeling like maybe I need to actually turn up the brightness in XSplit or something, because wow, it's dark. Anyway, whatever. It'll have to do for the time being. Let's dig! Am I close enough? I found a treasure coffer. Oh, it's behind me. Nice. Very good. Hey, you. I look at that direction, and it appears behind me. Good job, me. Alright. Open the treasure coffer. The treasure map will be lost. Yes. You open the lock on the treasure coffer. A trap springs, releasing a powerful musk into the... What? Oh, hey, it's an alpha grenade. Sup, alpha grenade? Ba-da-ba-ba. I'm going to assume that I can't take damage. I did take a lot of damage. Griever, I need your help. Alright, cool. So yeah, I am fighting things a lot closer to my level now. It's not, you know, as ridiculous as, like, my picture just destroying everybody. Still, Griever is pretty intense. I'll give them that. Griever's just incredible. Wow, these bombs. Let's get out of the area of that. That's gonna be intense when it goes up. Alright, cool. Level 41? Okay. Oh, Griever is busted though. So I feel like it bears repeating because it's just kind of like not intuitive. Turns out, your chocobo scales with your level. But even though my class's level is really high, it's not actually very combat effective because it's not a combat class. But it doesn't scale. It's not like, oh, you're a 50th level gatherer class, so we're gonna not make your chocobo that strong. It's like, nope, it's as strong as if I was playing a level 50, you know, combat class. So Griever just does an amazing job. All right, let's see what happens. I wonder if this is worth experience, and I'm gonna check. I'm just really curious. We're gonna do some science here today. If I open this chest, is it worth experience? It's not. It's worth money. I obtained 50 ice shards and obtained 1,000 gil. Wow, that was like not that interesting. I wonder if that was scaling to my level. Probably not, because the map itself said recommended level 45. So I assume the rewards do not scale to my level. So kind of a lackluster ending for that. Wow, look at Griever's health. I'm going to show you The place that I have been trying to do, catch a Titanic sawtooth or something. It's called something like that. I don't know. I don't even know if the weather conditions are correct right now. I'm not going to bother checking because I don't feel like doing that during a stream. We'll just go there, take a look at it. If it's available, cool. If not, cool. I'll just, like, tell you about it. I'm okay with that. Sorry, I got distracted by a hat. And it's really weird how when fishers are like, hey, go do this quest for me, they don't really acknowledge what is going on in the game, because they don't know what's going on in the game, really, right? Like, maybe the war is still on, maybe it's not, maybe you finished it, like, they don't really know. So it's really funny having them be like, yeah, you should definitely go up to that location way up there that's filled with enemies. Like, not just, like, monsters, but, like, enemy forces, right? Like, people we're at war with. And just, like, casually go fishing next to them. Which is what I'm gonna do, yeah. So here's an Imperial outpost. Look at all these enemies that want to kill me, but don't know I'm here, because I'm very sneaky. Oh, this looks perfect. I think I'm actually gonna have time to catch this. So the problem that I found with a lot of fishing is that, just like any other ability in a video game, it takes mana. It's not called mana in this, it's called gathering points or something, or gatherer points maybe. But this is the place where I am going to be fishing, which is very exciting. And I think I don't have the window of time until like 9 in the morning, but, you know, I feel like, oh wow, that's beautiful. Anyway, I guess I can still do some fishing here. There's nothing stopping me from fishing prior to the correct time. But yeah. It looked really good when it was clear. Oh, this is a fisher over there. Hi, friend, fisher friend. Look at that fisher friend over there. Way up in the distance. Can I get over to them? No, I can't get my... Yeah. I think I'll go visit them, though. See what they're doing. Wait, can I get up there? I thought that this gate was locked. It might be locked to me because of story progression. It'd be weird if it turns out I was in the wrong area this whole time. I think I can kill this guy. I'm gonna see what happens. Shh. Don't anyone else notice. Okay, turn on sneak again. Can I get to the door now? I killed the guard. Come on. Aw. Okay, fine. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back to where I was originally planning to start the stream. Then maybe I'll actually rejigger it and see if that helps. Or whatever. Because, you know, there's kind of not a whole lot of reason to be doing the stream thing if it's going to look like garbage. Hello, and welcome to FFXIV, A Realm Reborn. I've been doing a little bit of streaming already. It's been a lot more, you know, wandering around, doing some fishing. You can probably find the edits of that someplace else. But I was planning on this being the start of the stream before I got distracted by fishing, so I'm doing another intro. Last time we left off, I was about to enter into this cool dungeon, which is, I guess, just a location thing. Here it is. After a tiring journey across the Eorzea, it is deep within the quiet jungles, and we are ready to go. So, you know, you don't get to hear that. Basically, it's a goblin, and we're going to help her, because she's cool. I think I read it at the end of last session anyway, so whatever. Go watch the VOD. Oh, this is pretty. This place is cool. Oh, I'm into this. Brayflox is Longstop. Oh, this is red. Alright. We had some people saying hi to people. That's fun. What? Gave me a big hug. Oh, thank you. Alright. You're gonna be disappointed. I'm high enough level to have, like, a subclass, and I have not bothered to learn it yet, so... oh wow. This game is full of light bulbs. Oh, hello. There's actually a person to talk to. That's fun. Twist gate key. Open head gate with much fastness. Well, I guess that was just like a plot point, and we're not actually intended to. This is such a cool design for a dungeon, because it's like not a dungeon, it's just an instance. But we're calling it a dungeon anyway. I'm into this. This is great. I mean, it's really pretty and really cool, and like again, the thing I like about this game is the walking around and looking at pretty things. The actual structure of the dungeon is so far leaves something to be designed. It is kind of funny thinking that like, oh, the combat's not that engaging when I just like went on a long tirade about the casualness of the fishing was actually really, really nice. It was very relaxing. I really enjoyed it. And the combat is, I guess, kind of relaxing. Like, it's not something I feel worried about. It's not something I feel like I need to be really particular about making sure I optimize my strats, because it's pretty casual. And I guess that should be a good thing. I don't know. If I correct about what I said about fishing. That said, I do have to hit a bunch of buttons. I might actually die. It's not as relaxing and casual as fishing is. So it's just like, there's not a one-to-one comparison to be made, I guess is really the way it comes down to. This is just a mid-boss, and it's not like, I mean, maybe there's more going on that I'm not getting, like if you're a tank or something. So from my perspective, it's just like, okay, this is a bunch of hit points I have to get rid of, you know? Like, okay. Like, that's kind of it. There's not really anything more interesting happening. I don't know. It's just like a really long time for a single enemy. It's cool seeing just like a bunch of goblins. Like, I haven't seen a proper goblin village in this game, and it's pretty cool being like, yep, look at all these goblins. You can't really interact with them in any meaningful way, but they exist, and they're here. And who is this friend? Have you been on my team the whole time? What? Oh, can I actually come back to these? If I can come back to this place after I'm done, and like walk around as a fisher, I am 100%. Oh, I want to go up there. What's up there? Something. Some damage happening up there. Okay, well, I guess we're here now. This is another mid-boss, I guess. The Infernal Drake. It's just hanging out over here? Like, is there, like, a narrative that I'm not getting that's supposed to be apparent to me? Oh, wait, no. Oh, whoa! Right, they mentioned, so at the beginning of the little blurb, the blurb I didn't read, yes, that one, they talked about how Brayflox is the one who's hired us, but they've hired us to help them with this mission, not to do it for them. So they're actually here and fighting. I don't know if they're, you know, literally doing anything. They might just be animated and attacking, and if they die, we lose. But that's very cool. That's a cool, like, detail. I really enjoy that. I don't know. Onward! Into this cool little... Like, this is a very cool... I'm really enjoying this location. But what worries me is that, like, if this is a dungeon, does that mean we don't get to come here? This place is awesome. Like, this place is really cool. And there's, like, goblin villagers and stuff, and, like... I hope that when this dungeon is over, it becomes a new location. And I don't mean, like, you can explore the dungeon, I mean, like, literally it becomes a new location. That would be really satisfying. It's like the most excited I've been in a main quest. I've been like, ooh, maybe I get to unlock this place and come here and fish. right? Like, legitimately, that's the most excited I've been in the main quest. And I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it says something interesting about the fact that I wasn't planning to come here and then realized I had to wait for the main quest or anything really does affect the way that I would react to finding out that there is content here that I didn't know that I was missing out on. And then it becomes like, ooh, it's a bonus. It's a cool thing that I didn't know I was going to get. As opposed to like, oh, there's a... I'm dropping frames again? I'm dropping frames again. Oh, there's a cool, you know, fishing quest that you have to go do, and to do it you have to go to Alda, and Alda is literally not available, right? Like, that's a pretty significant difference. I don't know. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, wow. That, holy... You know, this quest has been pretty good. This dungeon, this is a pretty good dungeon. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this one's actually pretty good. Maybe I'm just in a really good mood because it's gorgeous. It's not like a weird claustrophobic... Wait, where's it going? What? It left. What the heck was that? Well, yeah, maybe it's the fact that this is like the prettiest dungeon I've been in because it's not a claustrophobic cave system filled with goo. Maybe it's because I'm excited about the prospect of coming here as a fisher and fishing, which I don't actually expect to happen, but would be really cool and it's exciting. But I'm thinking this is a pretty cool dungeon. We fought a thing, and it was about to die, and then a dragon showed up and killed it before it started fighting us. That's some classic Final Fantasy stuff. Like, this dungeon's pretty cool. There's context to it. Like, there's not a lot of context, right? The main story was like, you need to go kill Titan, so you're gonna have to do a bunch of fetch quests for some guy, or they won't tell you where Titan is, right? Like, it's very dumb. It's very dumb. But if I just look at this dungeon, you know, in a vacuum, a goblin asked me to go help clear some monsters so they can set up shop. That's cool. There's more goblins living here. Cool, right? There's stuff going on in the dungeon. It's not just a den of monsters, you know? And I appreciate that. I think that's actually really interesting. And I think it's assisting in the context of making this actually pretty cool, as far as dungeons go. Shame the the frames are dropping all over the place. Look at all these frames, it's dropping them everywhere. Hello everybody, what's going on? We're going over here? Alright. Honestly, the linearity of this kind of adds to it in a weird way. Like, running all over the place without really any context of why I'm running all over the place made it something that should have been really engaging and interesting. And like, ooh, look at this, you have to go find the key, and then go over here, and then find the other key, and then, you know, turn that lever and flip that switch. Turn that lever? You know what I mean. The fact that I wasn't engaging with any of that content made that content more annoying than interesting, right? Is this acknowledging the real-world time? I think it, not real-world, but like Eorzea-wide time. Because if so, that's kind of interesting. It implies that you could come here when it's like nighttime, and it would be different. Cool. The thing we fought before with after the boss. I'm into that. Like, what are you doing here? What are you defending? If you're younger here, I can believe the, like, yes, I need to defend my young. Which maybe there are? I don't know. Are those dragon eggs? Those are big dragon eggs if they are. But otherwise, they don't have anything here. They could just hang out outside until we leave, right? Like, I don't know. I guess they're probably young somewhere, otherwise it doesn't make a ton of sense why they would bother fighting us. Not that it needs to make sense, it is a video game about, you know, fighting monsters sometimes. So I guess it doesn't have to have a good reason. It might just be a thing that decides to kill you because it's a thing. All here is using the poison from the poison pool to restore its HP. Oh no, that doesn't seem good. Let's then kill it faster, I guess. See, this has been sort of like the least interesting part, because it's just like less cool. Look at this, like, I mean, I guess it's actually kind of a cool cave we're in, but, you know, whatever. Oh, I gotta water up poison. You know what? No, this is great. This is a cool, this is gonna be my favorite dungeon so far. And let's go. Well, I didn't expect these friends. There, Thunderclaws, blood and bite. Okay. Other more deed notch added to Goblin belt. Oh wow. Why do you have the same sayings as us, but weird? Oh, goodly Brayflox. Oh, mighty Brayflox. Wow. Alright, well, I'm gonna do a little bow, I think. That seems appropriate. Yes, yes, more tongue flaps, more tongue flaps. Goodbye. Leave duty, yes. Hello, Brayflox Alltalks. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Yeah, I definitely had a really good plan. I don't know what it was, but apparently I had one. Brayflox happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Oh, much spelled bad. Cheese is stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with secrety gobbly smarts. No party complete without gobby gouda. Brayflox ever say. Nice. 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 What a jerk. I gather you saw Brayflox's little problem. Here, I have some goblin cheese. The pungent odor of this hard yellow cheese veined with blue-green mold is most comparable to the warm, damp boot of a zombie after stepping in ripe chocobo dung. Goblins claim it is a delicacy, but then again, they have their masks to filter out the aroma. By the gods, that unholy stench, this is definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How's it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Very good. The things we do for cheese. Choose an option. Bum bum bum. What do you mean you forgot the wine? Are you kidding me? Are you sending me on another stupid quest? Really? No. I really thought that was the last one. I'm catering a dinner so you'll give me directions? This is... It was nice to help out Brayflox. Okay. Whitescape would like to congratulate you on a job well done. Oh, this might be one of those quests that's literally just you get extra rewards. I don't know. It says, what do you mean you forgot the wine, though? So I'm a little hesitant. Skeptical? Skeptical. Bravo, Darcy. Thanks to your... Bravo, Darcy. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Aperitif. I don't know that word. Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shaman Lohamani. Really? Oh, Shamani. That makes more sense. Another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. Yeah, we don't need me to get it. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. You suck. This is so dumb. Alright, well, good night, everybody. Short stream today because of, you know, it's internet issues. But I had really good time just hanging out. Hope you all enjoyed too. And I have been DarcyBits. This has been Final Fantasy XIV, Realm Reborn. Good night. Okay, I'm gonna raid. Anybody streaming right now that I can raid? I don't know people, apparently. Let's see.